Things are about to get a whole lot worse in the United Kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, if you were on my live stream earlier, we were talking about how the United Kingdom could have possibly been infiltrated. And listen, guys, I've got to be very careful with my language because I don't want to get Lucy Conleyed. I don't want to get swatted. I don't want to have special forces teams coming through my window and arresting me because I've said something that's too close to the nerve. So for the purpose of this video, guys, this is for entertainment purposes, and please do your own research. But in the live stream earlier, I was claiming the possibility that the United Kingdom, the judicial system, could have been infiltrated. Now, look, guys, we all know that Keir Starmer was I know some people like to chant Keir Starmer was a banker. It's actually not true, guys. Keir Starmer's never been a banker. He was actually a barrister. Those right-wing hooligans, guys, they're all so unintelligent. Anyway, what I want to talk about now real quick is the infiltration, or the potential infiltration. I've got to be very careful with my wording, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to get Lucy Conleyed. The potential infiltration of the judicial system in the United Kingdom, and how if you infiltrate the judicial system, you kind of infiltrated everything. So let's just go onto this article. Real quick. I'll share it with you now. Where are we? There we are. So here's the article in question, ladies and gentlemen. Judges' best wishes to 7-7 jihadi. Now, obviously, this guy here is the judge, and this guy's getting let out of jail as plotter set to walk free. So those of you guys remember, another little headline there. Look, 1,097 migrants in a day. I mean, look, some people will say that's great, great humanity, great whatever. Some people will say it's going to be a strain on resources. I will be the latter. So this article here, guys, the main headline, judges' best wishes to 7-7 jihadi. That's what I want to focus on now. Obviously, you've got the judge there and the said jihadi being released from jail. So this all boils down ultimately to subversion. Now, again, I've done lots of live streams. I've talked about subversion a lot, but, I would argue that the United Kingdom is heavily subverted. It started in 1962. It's been going on for a long time, to a state right now where the people who have been subverted don't even know they have been subverted. And that's kind of the fabulous thing about subversion. You don't actually know you've been subverted. You just think you're right. Anyway, so Keir Starmer was obviously not a banker. He was a barrister. So Keir Starmer and all his mates, they're all they're all barristers, as you do. I mean, all my friends are ex-military guys, so I associate with ex-military guys. It's not difficult to find for me to find a military guy who's got a certain background, who's got a certain skill set. It's very easy for me to find that. Like Keir Starmer, in his legal circles, it will be very easy for him to find certain barristers, judges, and legal professionals. Anyway, what I'm getting at here, guys, and what I was talking about on the live stream is that because we operate, and it's right that we do, because I can't think any other way that it could operate, we work in that, and I'm not doing an Illuminati sign, guys, all right, so stop it. So that hierarchical system whereby the people at the top dictate what happens to those below them. And again, I understand it. I've spent lots of time in the military. That is a good way of doing it. Until somebody at the top is corrupted. Now, let's just go down conspiracy lane, ladies and gentlemen. This is, of course, this is conspiracy because I've got no proof of this. But let's just say, for example, that a judge had been corrupted. Let's just say a judge has been corrupted. If that judge then passes a law, one judge passes a law in the United Kingdom and says, actually, this is the law. This is my interpretation of the law. This is the law now. Guess what? All the police forces in the United Kingdom have to do that. So that one person, that one judge makes a decision. And, let's just real quick Google this. How many police officers are in the United Kingdom? Wow. Okay. So one judge, I'm just going off AI right now, guys. And this is from 2024. So one judge makes a decision in the United Kingdom. Now, 147,000 full-time police officers have to apply that ruling to their daily, literally have to abide by what that judge has said. And when I'm on the live streams at night, ladies and gentlemen, in the mornings, the example I always give is this. In the United Kingdom, we have no legal method. We have no legal method of resisting a tyrannical government. We don't. There's no legal apparatus set up to resist that. When I was standing as a candidate for reform, this is one of the things I kept saying, and I got shunned. People were shunning me. People were saying, "Oh, Sean, we vote every 4 years. That's how how we don't have a tyrannical government." Here's a quick question for you guys, sweet cheeks, okay? How's that working out for you? How's that voting thing working out for you? Anyway, so, we in the United Kingdom, we have no legal framework. That's what I'm getting at. No legal framework to resist a tyrannical government. And the example I give is, hypothetically, say that a bunch of judges passed the law in the United Kingdom that everybody's firstborn child had to be given to the government and they never see that child again. You can speculate what happens to that child. It's up to you. So let's just consider that for a moment then. That law would be clearly insane. That would be clearly an insane law. And nobody in their right mind would want to hand over their firstborn child to the government and never see that firstborn child again. What I'm getting at here is, if that law was passed in the United Kingdom, the police legally, this is what I'm talking about now, the police legally would be obliged to ultimately use violence to enforce that law. Now, when I say this on the chat, the chat groups are saying, "Oh, but Sean, that would cause a revolution. People would go bonkers. People would go crazy." Yeah, I get it. That's why I gave that as an example. So let's take one step back. Let's just say, what if it's not something as crazy as that? Let's say if it's not something as, as wild as that. Let's just say it's slowly by slowly, in a Fabian type assault, that your rights were getting taken away from you by a very small amount of subverted, infiltrated legal judges, then those laws over time would have the same effect. And because it's done slowly and slowly by potentially infiltrated judges, and look, guys, I honestly have no evidence to say that the legal system's been infiltrated. When I was on the live stream earlier, I was saying the cover-up of the Banksy. So, the Banksy stencil that was outside the Crown Judicial System in London or whatever it is, that was covered up really quickly. Yet the instances in Bristol, where there was I think it was the Mild West mural, that is still there 26 years later. In 2020, there was murals put up depicting NHS workers as superheroes and children wanting to play with NHS toys rather than play with superhero toys. Not me, guys. I'm Team Batman. I'll just put it out there. I'm Team Batman right now. I don't think much is going to change my mind about that. So what I'm getting at here is, when it goes against the narrative, and you often hear on people's videos, look at who you can't criticize, and then you know where where the direction of travel, you know where to shine that spotlight. So that's why I'm getting it in this video, guys. Okay, the potential infiltration of the United Kingdom. Obviously, I've just shown you guys there the judge wishing the jihadi. What did he say? Let me just get this. Let me just have a look. I think he says all the best or something. Judge's best wishes to jihadi. A judge has the judge sparked, I think it is a judge sparked fury by wishing the 7/7 bombings guy all the best. So there we go, guys. This judge potentially infiltrated, potentially subverted. All the best. Go about your daily business and continue to be such an upstanding citizen. These are the things we've got to contend with in the United Kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, things are not going to get better at all. We already know that Keir Starmer's phase 1 has been a success, because otherwise he wouldn't have gone into phase 2. We're in phase 2 now, ladies and gentlemen. And I can guarantee that when Keir Starmer comes up and does another speech and he says, "Right, everybody, we're setting up phase 3. that will mean phase two's been phase two has been a success. So I just wanted to leave it there, guys. I wanted to get a short, quick video on there talking about in the United Kingdom, things are going to get worse inevitably. They're going to get a lot worse before they get a lot better. Unbelievable what's happening. People can't see right in front of their face. Although I do see people starting to understand the game now. People starting to see the scam. People starting to see what's happening, and a lot of people are understanding. But people need to understand fast and take action. And like I always say on the live streams, guys, right? We need to stop looking for other saviors. Stop looking for other people to save you. I'm an ex-paratrooper. One thing that's very evident when you join those units is nobody's coming to save you. You are literally on your own. So you need to make you need to get out of things yourselves. So that's where I think people should stop doing. People should stop looking at other people as saviors, as messiahs. Look in, ladies and gentlemen, like so many things in life, the solutions to your problem are within. Anyway, guys, I'm going to back to grid. I'll get you guys another video later.